What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here with some more Borderlands Presequel pre-release coverage. We are still 7 days away from the release of Borderlands Presequel. I know a lot of you guys out there that watched yesterday's video, you're like, wait a minute, Mac, didn't yesterday you say that we're 7 days away from the release of Borderlands Presequel? Well, you're actually right. But I made that video at 2 o'clock this morning. Literally like 12 hours ago. I've been making a lot of videos for you guys lately, and I'm having a blast doing it because not only do we have Destiny, then Borderlands Presequel, then Destiny DLC, Borderlands Presequel DLC, GTA 5 Next Gen, GTA 5 PC, then The Division, and then comes Dead Island 2 with their 8-player co-op multiplayer. What? It's gonna be a very busy and entertaining year as far as games are concerned, especially since we have some brand new Borderlands game coming out in 1 week. And what we're doing here is I'm answering your Borderlands Presequel pre-release questions. This is a Borderlands Ask Me Anything. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the first question from the Walking Dead fan. He says, Mac, what are your thoughts on cryo weapons? First off, for those of you guys that haven't been following Borderlands Presequel pre-release content, cryo weapons are gonna be ice damage weapons. A lot of people in the Borderlands community have been asking for ice weapons since Borderlands 1, and Gearbox said that they just couldn't find a system for ice weapons that actually worked. And 2K Australia was actually able to make ice weapons work inside of Borderlands. So he asks, do you think they will become overpowered or underpowered? Now, I'm going to go ahead and say, since we have a different leveling system inside this Borderlands that's kind of like predicated upon Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, it's a hybrid system in between both games, between the linear scale in the Borderlands 1 and the exponential scale in the Borderlands 2. It's right there in between, so it's looking like that this game is going to be very balanced. So I don't think we have to worry about anything really overpowered or underpowered. If anything, I think 2K is going to be, erring on the side of caution and making things just a little bit stronger inside of this game, since, one of the most common complaints of Borderlands 2 is that people didn't feel like a badass. You're promised to upgrade your badass rank, and you never really became the badass, and then you got overpowered levels, and you realize that the overpowered levels make you fucking underpowered. It's like, really? Is that where we're going with this today? So, he asks also, do you think it will be better than Slag? I think Slag, in terms of raw damage output, is probably gonna be more effective than the cryo weapons, since cryo weapons only boost your critical hit damage, and Slag, the enemy when they're slagged, took multiple damage from all incoming damage sources, whether it was grenades, guns, barrels. Anything that happened to that enemy while Slag was multiplied in damage, and with cryo weapons, you're gonna have to hit critical hits to get that damage modifier. But the cool thing is, if you're just hip firing and spraying at enemies, it does slow them down and eventually does freeze them. So that's a very good trade-off for those people that don't really have good aim, like good enough aim to consistently hit critical hits. And I'm a cough looking at all you girlfriends out there. You're like, oh yeah, I'm playing the game, it's so fun, and you're just running around hip firing everything. Yeah, I've seen it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question from the Ender Engineer. He says, I want to know, what do you think the MOXXtails will do in the game? They sound pretty cool to me. So for those of you guys that haven't been watching Borderlands Presequel pre-release content, there is an achievement in the game for drinking all 10 MOXXtails through the course of your playthrough. And nobody really knows, quote-unquote, what MOXXtails are, except, we know cocktails, and we know Moxxi, and you kind of put that together, and you have MOXXtails. She does own a bar on the moon, and I'm pretty sure that these cocktails are gonna be in-game buffs that you might be able to put in your inventory and save while you're playing. So those of you guys who remember back during like the Tiny Tina DLC, also during the Headhunter pack with TK Baha, there's like little candies or shrines all over the place, and you could purchase in-game buffs to like speed, to damage, to your melee. I think that's exactly what these MOXxtails are going to do, and I think they're going to be some sort of fun way to enhance your character, but not do it permanently, and, you know, maybe give you just a little bit of a boost while you're playing. So, I'm pretty sure that's what the MOXxtails are going to do. If anything, I mean, it's just going to be something in the game to give Moxxi a little bit of extra screen time, and you know what? Big old balloon tits, bring her on. Hey, I quoted Handsome Jack, alright? Don't look at me like I'm a misogynist gamer over here, alright? I'm not the one creating games where bitches are getting smacked up, alright? That was a Red Dead Redemption reference. Ah, shit. Let's go ahead. Let's move on before I get fucking hung by the goddamn Gamergate fucking pacifists and crucifix, whatever the fuck they are. Mr. Mavizario Aries. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name fucking terribly. He says, Mac, do you think 2K will nerf anything in the pre-sequel like Gearbox did? I think it's a fairly safe bet to say that things will be fixed inside of the game. Is the way they have that whole shift system available, so they don't have to go ahead and make, you know, full updates, because every time a developer wants to update on a console, they usually have to pay ungodly fees, like usually like $25,000 to $50,000 per patch per console. And you know, I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be glitches in the game that people are gonna find, and we're gonna post them on YouTube, and everybody's gonna love them, and then they're gonna fix it, and people are gonna be like, fucking, the pay with the conference card, my evil smasher! Where's my evil? Bring back the evil smasher. That shit was fun. I don't care who the fuck you were. You fucking smash out some of these weapons in the game like a fucking chopper. Smash out a chopper and watch a fucking Xbox melt. But yeah, I think it's a safe bet that, like I said, 2K is probably erring on the side of caution, since, you know, people were playing underpowered in Borderlands 2, that they're gonna make things a little bit more powerful in the pre-sequel than Borderlands 2 were, so it's possible that they didn't see some of these combinations coming up in the future, especially when you look at Nisha. I hate to see what some of these experienced players are gonna do with her. Swear to God, it's gonna be absolutely insane. So, let's go ahead and move on to Darkness's Fall. He says, how much of a role do you think Slag will have in the pre-sequel? I know some of you guys out there are probably punching yourself in the face right now. You're like, Mac! Doing this whole Fight Club thing to my face! Why am I punching myself in the face? Because you think I'm answering the same question over again. But no, the other guy asked if Cryo was going to be as effective as Slag. This guy's asking if Slag is going to have any type of role in the pre-sequel. And I'm pretty sure, since, you know, in between Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, the opening of the vault in Borderlands 1 created Iridium. Iridium is what refined Slag. Slag is going to be some... I'm pretty sure Slag is going to make an appearance somewhere in the game. I don't think it's going to be equipable as a weapon type, or an element, or a grenade. I don't think we're going to see it in that fashion, but I think that we're going to see Slag being used during the story at the very least, especially since there is like this big butch lesbian looking motherfucker, look like Boy George with a fucking goddamn spear, waving that shit around like he was Darth Maul in the trailers. I don't know what the fuck that was all about, but he was purple. She was purple. It was purple. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have a chance to find out what purple tastes like inside of this DLC. Whoa, DLC. Inside of this game. So, let's go ahead and move on to number 5. We have Peter Prime. He says, do you think we'll be going back to Pandora at all in the pre-sequel? Not in the vanilla game. I don't think that we're going to be walking around in the vanilla game in the pre-sequel on Pandora. I do know that some cutscenes do take place in Pandora, especially the opening cutscene, you know, the unfortunate Skag that always gets fucked up. Yes, the whole game starts out with that cutscene again. It's a different cutscene. I'm not going to spoil what happens during the cutscene, but just know that Borderlands the Pre-Sequel also has the unlucky Skag signature opening that happens on Pandora that everybody knows and everybody loves. So Pandora is in the game. I just don't think we're gonna be on Pandora in the game, but I do hope that we do go to Pandora, you know, sometime during DLCs. I want to see, you know, the fall of New Haven. I want to see all this badass shit actually happen that we heard about in Borderlands 2. Since I mean, we know where Jack's story ends. This is where Jack's story begins. So I want to know everything from this point on, because you've already given me, you opened the door to give me Jack's backstory. So now that you opened the door to give me Jack's backstory, I want the entire fucking story. I don't want this version left out, that version left out. I want DLC that tells me how we snapped necks of puppies, how we burned shit to the ground. I want to be Wilhelm, and I want to fuck bitches up inside of New Haven. I want to make fun of Helena Pierce's face. Jack did that at the beginning of Borderlands 2. There's a whole echo log that you can listen to, and Jack makes fun of fucking Helena Pierce's face. I want to do that. I want to be there. I want to see that. I want to experience that, because I mean, Borderlands 2 tells their story through past echo logs. So if you're gonna go through the past and we already know where the story ends up, at least elaborate on the shit that we already know about. That's how I feel. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be somewhere in Pandora, but not in Pandora for gameplay, which is sad at the moment, but hopefully with DLCs they do take us back to Pandora, and then we'll all get the original Borderlands gameplay that we know and love, where we run and jump without double jumping, even though I love double jumping at this point. I don't want to play a first-person shooter without double jumping. I've been going back to play Borderlands 2 to get footage for you guys for these videos, and it's so hard going back to a game that doesn't have double jumping after playing a bunch of games that does have double jumping in a first-person shooter. Because it's that good. It's that good of a sequence. So that's it for today. We've answered all 5 questions. Some of them went a little bit faster than expected, but you know what? That's fine, because not all videos have to be 20 minutes of me yelling about Gearbox fucking shit up in past games. We're moving on, moving forward to the Borderlands Presequel. I can't wait to get into the moon. I've been waiting for a long time to go to this goddamn fucking moon base, and we're 7 days away from it. I can't believe it. So, my name's Jay, MorninAfterKill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you guys later.